Meghan Markle has unfairly got a reputation for being a bit of a diva, but royal insiders say she's only ever made one demand. Don't leave her alone with Prince Andrew.
Harry and Meghan are leaving the palace to become financially independent. And you see, this is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. Yeah. She looked at Harry and she's like, "Nigga, you need to get a job. You need a job. You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry."
A cold-hearted woman, Sonia. I'll fucking show you, dying. I'm leaving you. Is it a weekend at Bernie's situation, Sonia? What the fuck are you talking about? No, he's fine. He's signing the documents.
You had lunch with Meghan Markle, you'd be stunned at how dumb she was. Not because she's black, because I wouldn't think she was black if I looked at her, because she's an actress who was on the show Suits.
Say Miss Meghan Markle is on the American program Suits.
Yes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m, USA Network.
The only difference between that show and this is people watch this one.
Authentically, organically want to share. I go back to the authenticity, right? It's what I love and it's what I want to share. I wanted to do what felt authentic, but also to be authentic.
You're a cold-hearted woman.
Markle is somebody who obviously, at least for a period of time, was a close associate of Prince Andrew, and hence is in a position to perhaps have seen what he did, and perhaps, if not, to have seen what he did, to have heard people talk about it.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
Are you fucking dumb?
Meghan Markle has been branded a diva by critics for years. But according to people close to the royal world, the one boundary she was firm about wasn't fame or protocol. It was personal safety. She didn't want to be left alone with Prince Andrew. For someone who says she wants privacy,
I've already settled it for myself, so flattery and criticism go down the same drain. Negative about being a feminist. It's not the F word.
Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
Meghan Markle often seems to respond the loudest when the spotlight isn't flattering. Critics argue the pattern is familiar, reshape the story, erase the awkward parts, and frame every pushback as an attack, while demanding the public treat her version as the only version that counts. The harshest jokes land because they target an image that feels carefully engineered. The authenticity messaging, being real, being wronged, being misunderstood, has become a loop, and audiences get fatigued when accountability never shows up in the script.
Harry, the ginger, formerly known as Prince, became the first British royal to give evidence in court for 130 years. It's disgusting the way the press have tried to manipulate, gaslight and control Harry. I mean, who do they think they are? Meghan?
The criticism doesn't stop at fame. It's the contradiction that people can't ignore. Detractors say she wants endless attention and endless sympathy at the same time. Spotlight when it helps, victimhood when it doesn't, and outrage whenever the narrative slips out of her hands. Harry says he left to escape control, palace rules, media pressure, everyone telling him what to do. But the punchline, critics claim, is that the freedom looks like a new kind of management. A polished, packaged version of independence built for streaming platforms and headlines.
Well, you never stood a fucking chance, did you?
Prince William or Prince Harry?
Prince William or Prince Harry? Well, the royal family, right, if you can imagine, they're like our Kardashians. And Prince Harry is very much our Kanye. He occasionally dresses as a Nazi, and he fucked up.
He didn't break out of the system, he swapped systems. Instead of palace constraints, it's a high-gloss life of reinvention. The mansion, the cameras, the branding, the content. And the irony is that the royal chapter, the one they said they were leaving behind, still keeps getting reopened. Eventually, the story stops feeling tragic and starts feeling repetitive, When Harry speaks like his pain is uniquely unmatched, the public response hardens. Everyone has problems. Most people just don't have wealth, security teams, and media deals cushioning every complaint.
Harry's a f***ing twat. I've been handed the world and every major contract. You had podcasts, you have all of this, and you didn't deliver because
there's nothing to deliver.
Yeah, because you don't have it. And that's okay. And I think they do have a right to privacy, but that doesn't seem to me what they're looking for.
That side commentary was just a detour, because the main event is the takedown. The comedy set isn't finished, and the next round of jokes is aimed straight at the couple's public brand. Here's the contradiction that keeps resurfacing. Privacy is demanded, then content is delivered. Shows, podcasts, red carpets, carefully timed appearances. To critics, it reads like insisting you hate attention while repeatedly stepping into the brightest light you can find. That's why the jokes work for a certain audience.
Meghan Markle was there, who's a huge celebrity.
Yeah, you guys love Suits.
Specifically, Prince Harry loves Suits.
Yeah.
He used it like Tinder.
It's very interesting. Did you ever run into Meghan Markle or anything like that you ever heard of? Because you were in New York quite a lot. But then you were until 2013, and Meghan Markle, I think, entered the scene with Soho House in 2012.
Yeah, so I went to Soho House a lot in London. It was a scene like Harry was always there, partying. He partied a lot. I saw so many people in the Soho, and it was dark. It was a lot of escorts were there, a lot of models were there. It was definitely a scene. Ron was there.
It's all going great. Don't fuck it up.
They cut through the helpless victim framing and repackage it as something else entirely. An ongoing performance where conflict fuels relevance, and relevance fuels the next project. Now watch how the punchlines underline that idea. In this framing, Meghan didn't simply marry into the royal family. She reshaped Harry's life around her orbit. The story being sold is that love changed everything. The criticism is that ambition did. The Wallace-Simpson comparison isn't just a history reference. It's a narrative device. It suggests a familiar arc. An American outsider enters the monarchy, a royal breaks from tradition, and the institution takes the hit. The difference, critics argue, is that this modern version doesn't end with quiet exile. It turns the fallout into a long-running media franchise.
Made an appeal for their privacy, and they said, we just want everybody to leave them alone.
But we're going to do books and documentaries.
Well, no, they said an opera, and then weirdly nobody left them alone. So they thought, well, okay, we started a Spotify series. So Meghan did her Spotify series saying, leave me alone, will you stop looking at me? And people kept looking at her. So then they did a book.
You pop.
It's true, he did a book saying, leave me alone, stop giving me all this attention. And that didn't work either. So now they've got a Netflix documentary saying, leave us alone, stop giving us all this attention. It is likely, one assumes, to be an absolute goldmine for Netflix. They're going to make a fortune, because if you remember Howard Stern, the shock jock in the States, there's a famous scene in his movie and in his book Private Parts where they do the original research into him on WNBC, and they say what the research shows is that half of his listeners hate him, and management said all the more reason to get him off, and they said no, they're the ones who listen most. And that's what'll happen with this. People who loathe Harry and Meghan.
Look at the sequence as it's presented. A huge interview, then a major audio deal, then a massive streaming check, one after another. The argument here is simple. This wasn't escaping the royal story. It was monetizing it, packaging it, and selling it in installments, until the brand became bigger than the original reasons they gave for leaving.
Fireworks? What? Let's take a look. Oh, they want so much privacy.
Down with the monarchy. We deserve our privacy.
Are they really like this?
At a certain point, it stops looking like a break for peace and starts looking like a rollout plan. The royal chapter wasn't closed. It was converted into inventory. And the criticism expands beyond attention. It hits entitlement. The idea is that the couple wanted the perks without the limits, expecting public goodwill and public money while presenting themselves as above the system. Another theme the comedy leans on is control. Harry has rarely been the one steering his own life.
Have in common.
Evelyn.
Who's she? Who's the lady in the middle?
What, Wallace Simpson? She's a
Yeah, she's American.
That's a great way to describe Wallace Simpson. She's the original Meghan Markle.
Okay.
First, the palace managed him. Later, the story suggests someone else took the wheel, because he's most comfortable when somebody tells him where to go and what to say. The critique is that he's dependent on a handler, not independent by nature. When the royal safety net vanished, the new structure moved in fast, replacing duty with brand management and tradition with strategy. If there's backlash, this perspective says it isn't simply hate.
But look, it's vanity pure and simple is what it is. Everyone's hung up about something. Good example, my girlfriend's incredibly self-conscious about her big, fat, ugly nose. No offense, love. No, I didn't know you'd be here. It's a lady on the front row looking paranoid. Like, have I got a massive nose and no one's ever told me? You did like my suit, yes. I should be nicer, but how would that be funny?
It's frustration with contradictions and shifting stories. Turning private conflict into a public product, interviews, documentaries, books, deals, creates a gap between their narrative and the lives of ordinary people who face similar problems without money, protection, or platforms. Here's what the narrator wants you to notice. The tone changes when William enters the conversation. The humor fades, the respect rises, and the contrast becomes the point.
Meghan Sussex, and I'm a good person. And I'm meeting another good person today, the wonderful Ariana Grande.
Oh my God, Meghan, you're such a good person.
Yes, that's why I'm going to talk to you like you're an idiot.
One brother appears grounded in responsibility, while the other is framed as trapped in grievance and publicity. And if Harry and Meghan truly wanted privacy, they'd live it, not pitch it. At this stage, they're not avoiding the spotlight.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's media empire is expanding into podcasting. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have joined forces with Spotify to produce and host podcasts, their first series coming next year. The couple have already signed a deal to produce films and TV shows for Netflix after stepping down from royal duties.
They're scheduling it. And that's why, in this narrative, the victim framing stops working for so many viewers. If you're exhausted by the Harry and Meghan cycle, you already know the punchline.
In January, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced plans to step back from royal duties and move to America. A term was coined to sum up the event and added to the Collins English Dictionary. What was it?
Oh, I know this one. Is it called rebranding?
No, Chloe. It's called
Megxit.
Oh, maybe I will get the next one right.
Question number 2.
In May, Prince Harry married Meghan Markle at a star-studded wedding in Windsor. Elton John, Tom Hardy and the Beckhams were all there, but can you name 3 American celebrities that attended?
I don't know about the 3 American celebrities that attended, but I definitely know 3 Americans who didn't attend.
What's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady. Just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery? Hit the fucking light skin lottery and still going on complaining. Acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family.
The drama continues because it still gets attention. If you think the comedian said what many people won't say out loud, you're invited to weigh in and stay tuned for the next chapter.